A £200 million establishment stitch-up, which protects the political, medical and media elite. I think that this ridiculous amount of money spent on a COVID inquiry that supports lockdowns is a national scandal, given the damage to this country, but it's all about opinions. How about this from Rachel? Good morning, Mark. This is a first for me. I disagree with you about something. An elderly person with comorbidity is equally important as a younger pregnant mother. Every life has equal value. Rachel, thank you for that. Jackie, everyone forgets that Boris nearly died. And by the way, nobody is blaming the Chinese. Trump tried, and even he was silenced. Boris had no choice. He followed the so-called experts. Joanna in Salisbury. Mark, I wish they would put as much effort into the rape gang inquiries as they're chewing over COVID. As I remember, Boris was heard shouting on a phone, trying not to lock down. He got put back in his box by scientists he had to rely on at the beginning. Then he nearly died. Rob says, Mark, I was an NHS nurse. During COVID, it was hell. I got very sick myself with COVID and subsequently pneumonia and was hospitalised myself on ITU. I've never fully recovered properly and have not been able to fully return to nursing due to long COVID, lung and heart issues that affect my everyday functioning and quality of life. I'm 60 years old. It's devastated my life and I'm on benefits now. Rich, my heart goes out to you. That is absolutely devastating. And it is obviously the impact of COVID, a nasty virus. But in my view, the measures to tackle it were deeply wrong because they destroyed the economy, a mental health tsunami, a generation of damaged kids, and a waiting list in the NHS of 8 million people. But it's all about opinions. Keep yours coming. What did you sacrifice for the pandemic? I want to hear your stories. 0344 499 1000. What is going on with the weather? Why is it so cold? And how long is this cold snap going to last? I'm delighted to say that I'm joined now by the outstanding meteorologist at Square Raindrop, Jo Wheeler. Good morning, Jo.
Good morning to you. Well, the good news is for a couple of days, we're going to put some of these winter hazards back in the drawer and look at some other ones instead. But don't think the cold weather's gone too far away. But we will certainly see a change over the weekend. But a brief snapshot of what we've got this morning. Over parts of Scotland, temperatures are in minus double digits.
Wow.
Now, those figures have yet to be confirmed, as we always do with maximums and minimums like that. But certainly very cold, sub-zero over many, many parts of the country this morning. And where we've had late showers, and we're talking here about the east coast, down towards the southeast, very big risk of ice as the cloud there clears away. In fact, I'm watching the dawn in Lincolnshire, and again, the bank of cloud just clearing away off into the North Sea. Now, of course, North Yorkshire got hit really hard yesterday, very heavy snowfall, many roads were shut. It was snowing on the roads as quickly as they could clear them. So hopefully everybody's all right and managed to get home last night, because that really was quite appalling conditions. But what we've got today, to say plenty of sunshine out towards the west. It's going to be a lovely, lovely dawn. Do watch out for those icy stretches because they will be around. But the cloud already is increasing over Ireland. And I mentioned those minus double digits over Scotland. Already over western parts of Ireland, we've got 8 degrees. So you can see with this change to, let's call it less cold air, because I don't think we're going to return to the kind of values that we saw last week, which saw parts of the south see 18.5 degrees Celsius. So over the weekend, as I say, we exchange all the wintry hazards for the ones that go along with wet and windy weather. Now, as this moves in, it's running into the cold air. There is a potential to see some snow over the higher routes, mostly of the north, but not exclusively. So if you are travelling, that is something to be aware of. If you get caught in that front edge of the rain, it could give you some snow for a while.
And how long is it going to stay this cold, Jo?
Well, as I say, temperatures will be picking up a little bit over the weekend. We've seen temperatures, daytime temperatures of around 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. And obviously, if you're starting from a sub-zero figure, it takes a while even for those figures to climb. We've had Arctic air across the country. It's not just been us. Parts of France, in fact, all the way down into Spain, this Arctic air has spilled its way through. And in addition, we ended up with low pressure out towards the east, high pressure to the west. And if you know which way the winds go round, you'll know that force a northerly flow. So along with those low temperatures, we had this brisk northerly wind, particularly over eastern counties, which gave a significant wind chill factor. Now, as I say, a lot of that is moving away. Brief high pressure building today kicks that northerly flow into touch. But then we get the cloud and the wind and the rain coming in. So tomorrow, whilst we will see temperatures around 7, 8, 9 degrees Celsius, which is still a little bit low for the time of year, you've got the wind to go with that. So again, it's not going to feel very pleasant, particularly not where you're getting rained upon. There's a very deep area of low likely to cross the south of the country on Sunday. Details again to be established. It's quite a way off, but that could bring some gales for parts of the south, the southwest, and the southeast, which, of course, being a very populated area, will be impactful.
Well, Jo, thank you for bringing us up to speed on this cold snap. Jo says it's going to warm up slightly by the weekend. Well, that's good news. Jo Wheeler is a meteorologist at Square Raindrop.